Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us for our Thursday update, recorded July the 27th. We're tracking a classic cold front moving up New Zealand today, caught up in this southwesterly airflow. A couple of hail showers and thunderstorms as it moves up to the western side of the North Island through Thursday afternoon, and then it falls apart as it moves up to the very top of the country. This high, straddling the New South Wales and Queensland border, is a dominant feature and also a bit of a precursor to what we're expecting with an El Nino weather pattern, creating more west to southwest winds like we're seeing right now, and another big high coming in from the Indian Ocean for Western Australia as well. Here's the rainfall for the next 24 hours. Not a lot in New Zealand. The colours at the very bottom of the scale here, the yellow 5 to 10 millimetres with that south to southeasterly wind that's coming in over the next 24 hours or so. But here's the next 4 days from Friday. Not much for the North Island, nothing for the eastern side of the South Island. Most of the rain where it should be, over in Fiordland, which is good news. Now take a look at Australia for the next 5 days ahead. Most of your rain down here on the western side of Tasmania. You've got around about 70 or 80 millimetres and quite a few showers still falling just south of Cairns. Otherwise, much of Australia is mostly dry. So here's the forecast for Friday. Those showers I mentioned in that southeasterly, that's the reason why you're seeing some wetter weather down in the lower part of the North Island. Otherwise, fairly dry, and that high from Australia still not quite over the North Island, but it is moving over the South Island to some degree. So on Saturday, most of New Zealand is actually fairly settled. It'll be a cold start. There'll be some frosts here and there, but in the South Island, mostly dry and settled, but a front, just a very weak one, brushing Fiordland, maybe a couple of showers coming into Southland. Otherwise dry for most places, although a couple of coastal showers still lingering here, and windy west to northwesterlies for the southern part of Australia. No real change on Sunday, although these little showers at sea could still come in to places like Taranaki or coastal parts of Western Waikato, Auckland and Northland, but it's generally dry across Sunday around New Zealand, so that's not a bad forecast really, considering the time of year we're in. So next week, high pressure, that new one from the Indian Ocean, stretching out towards New Zealand. So sometimes people ask us, why do we talk about Australia? Because it's all connected. And that high here is east of New Zealand, all the way off the map in the Indian Ocean. So this is a large area of high pressure, and that's encouraging these windy westerlies and rain, and that carries on into Tuesday. In fact, it gets enhanced on Tuesday due to the storm down here in the Southern Ocean, coupled with that high over the southeastern corner of Australia. So here comes the next cold front, the next classic cold front. In fact, by Wednesday next week, there are two of them on the map. This one here moving up New Zealand and clearing the South Island, and the other one moving up here into Western Australia, into Perth and Fremantle and other areas there. So it's a messy forecast, but to some degree fairly normal for this time of the year. And also it's starting to look a lot more like El Nino, which is going to be announced in our part of the world any day now, maybe as early as next week, but it could still be another month as well. It's sort of in that weird zone where it's almost there, but just not quite. So weather maps like this one and what we're seeing over the next week, indicating a drier pattern for New Zealand, but still not totally dry just yet. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Friday with our next update.